Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here now to close the Cartographic Conference Atlases in Time, organized in Madrid by the Spanish Society for Cartography, Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing, the National Geographic Institute of Spain, and the International Cartographic Association. So the directors and presidents spoke at the beginning, at the opening ceremony, and at the closing ceremony, it's the time for the three commissions that have gathered in Madrid to give a speech. So first of all, please, the Atlas Commission, René Sieber, bitte.
So, welcome, dear friends of Cartography. I think you all agree that we have, first of all, thank the organizers for this marvelous symposium that we had during the last few days, and give them a hand. And then especially I want to thank Andrés, my friend, for his huge work, and always it was always polite, even if we had a lot of problems to solve and so on. But the problems were solved, and we are here, and we had a great time. And also Pilar with the whole team, it was really exciting and very nice to be here. And I think all of us enjoyed. So, and second, I have to thank also my co-chair, Losang, for his great work. He did a lot of work for this conference, more than me, and I think also more than Ian.
For sure.
Yeah. So, also, thanks to all of you. And then I want to point out a second second reason. So I want to point out the spirit of this symposium. As Tim mentioned in his speech at the beginning, there was a spirit there. There were good talks, I think, among all of us. So the three commissions are really can talk together and can also work together. That's also fantastic. And hopefully that everybody who was here in this room takes a good idea home, and perhaps he can realize some ideas also in his work, in his atlas, in his toponymy work, or map design work. And it takes also home, perhaps, and hopefully also good friends, new friends, to which we can use for further work. And then finally, I can announce that the Commission on Atlases will meet again this year in September in Vienna, organized by Geographic, former president of the ICA. And we just will have there some talks about new project in this commission, the Atlas of the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. Perhaps we can realize some kind of atlas there. And also finalize the famous Atlas cookbook. So perhaps, yeah. And another meeting is planned in spring 2023, probably in April, I guess, in Olomouc, organized by René, sitting there. We just talked about the format. It will be approximately the same as here because it worked very well. Yeah, and the scope is not set yet, but there will be also three commissions. And I want also to thank all the three commissions that we could realize the scientific program of this event. Yeah, with that, I finish my.
So now it's the turn for the Commission on Toponymy, which is a joint commission from the International Geographical Union and the International Cartographic Association. So Peter Jordan, please.
So thank you very much. Yes, we had the pleasure to join this common conference, and I would like to have some remarks on this conference. I think it was a good idea to organize mixed sessions, not to have separate sessions by topics and by commissions, as it is usual with larger conferences, with ICCs, for instance. So we sit within commissions and for certain topics. Here we use a smaller amount of participants to have plenary sessions. And perhaps you, from the other side of, from other commissions, profited from what you heard from the participants and presenters from other commissions. I appreciated also very much the efforts of almost all authors to present topics connecting our interests, so to say. So Atlas topics connected with toponomastic topics, or Atlas topics connected with map design topics. So this enlarged perhaps the interest in our presentations. I appreciated also very much the efforts of many authors, of many presenters, to present something in relation to Spain or to the Spanish-speaking world. I think this made the presentations very interesting for the our local hosts and our local participants here. It was, I think, also very, very nice to have participants from the Ukraine, from this war-beaten country, and to welcome them here, even if only by an online connection. I think we cannot hardly imagine how they work, under which conditions they work now, and under which conditions they exist. I appreciated also very much the presence of our Russian colleague, Andrés. I think it was good not to exclude him for political reasons. He is from Russia, of course, but he's an old and well-acquainted colleague of us. We had a lot of cooperation with him, and it would not have been good and even inhuman, I think, to exclude him. So, of course, it's a difference. It's different with institutions, organizations which are closely connected with the Russian regimes. This is something different. It's natural, for instance, that the IGU excluded the Russian National Commission on IGU, but this is a different case. Personal relations should be preserved and should be cultivated, I think. Proceeding to our Commission's topic of place names, I would say that it has been confirmed by the presentations in this conference here that the choice of place names depend in atlases, in networks, and in maps of all kinds, depends on the audience, which is addressed by the map and the atlas. Is it an international scientific atlas, or is it a school atlas for a domestic audience? So this makes quite a difference also as regards place naming. I think it has also been confirmed by several presentations that place names are much more than means of orientation. They are really a very strong symbolic powers, they have a very strong symbolic meaning. They are identity markers, and they are especially important for minorities, because for minorities it's always very important to show their own, to present their own identity. And I think this has very much been confirmed by Gabor Gerczak's keynote presented on behalf of our commission on the Hungarian Atlas, which is an example for the respect for minority names. Place names also indicate on a map in an atlas the culture of a certain region. This is very important also. So they belong to a certain language, they are part of a certain language, therefore they introduce what is going on culturally in this area where the place name can be found. And as I mentioned already, minority situations are highlighted if an atlas, if a network respects also minority names. Yes, I would like to end also by thanking our local hosts here, but as the local host institutions. I think it was exceptional that we had nothing to pay, that we could have everything for free. And this usually you have to pay a fee for registration for participating. But we had also lunches, excellent lunches for free. We were offered to take part in excursions, also for free. So it's really exceptional. Thank you very much for that. And I'd like to thank also the local organizing committee, of course, headed by Pilar Sanchez Ortiz. Here she is. So thank you very much also for this organizing activity. I also would like to thank my co-organizers, René, Sieber, Losang, Mühlenhaus, and not the least, Andrés Arístegui. He did the lion's share of all the organization, of all the preparatory work. We met in several virtual meetings. They were not always easy. We had heated discussions sometimes, but we ended up in good solutions. And I think it is in discussions bound us even more together, and we will never forget each other. So thank you very much, and thank you all the presenters, of course, paper presenters, and the audience who paid our attention to us. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now we move on to the commission and map design with Ian Mühlenhaus.
Yeah, this has been awesome. So what a wonderful collaboration. Thanks to the hosts. I've never been at a conference that has been so lively, and I've been told there's no such thing as a free lunch, but your lunches were amazing, and so far they're still free. So thank you. And then thank you to the other commissions. Really, I did very little work preparing this. The others were really far more involved, and I feel a bit guilty. So all I can do is say thanks, and I'll pay it forward at the next one in April 2023. So my brain, I don't know about yours, but my mind is just spinning. It's been so wonderful to get different commissions coming together, and like Peter said, having the sessions be mixed, because the crossover is pretty amazing. With toponyms, you know, we've seen how they can shape how we identify with particular places or remember particular places, or how history, you know, how people have migrated across places. They show connections to the past and the future, you know, as well. And when I say the future, it's about atlases including minority place names and being more inclusive and bringing back forgotten names. And they show a lot of cultural diffusion. It's just really, as a former geographer, it's really fascinating to me. And then atlases, such important, crucial social tools, right, for states, nations, you know, different groups, climate change scientists, and just to see like how they're used for national unity, national aspirations, nations without states, and also just to better understand the world. And in some cases, better map where your alumni have gone if you're at a university in the Netherlands. But and then also atlases are really, it's amazing because they've been around for a long time, right? And we saw some great talks on that. But they're really there to engage the public. I think it's how a lot of us probably fell in love with maps, you know, looking at atlases in schools or young. And so it's engaging with existing knowledge, scientific processes, possible futures, and problem solving. And I think atlases are probably more important now than ever, although they are changing from technology. But wait, I'm the chair of the Map Design Commission. I'm supposed to talk about map design? Oh, yeah. So what am I doing here? Actually, what's awesome is map design is kind of like a graticule on a map, right? You shouldn't notice good map design. It should just be there. And if you notice map design, it's normally not great map design, right? Because it should be good map design just helps atlases and toponyms with their layouts and communicate clearly. And we've seen some amazing designs here. I mean, I've been blown away by the work done by, I mean, I knew about the Swiss atlases because I've been stealing their Adobe Illustrator tools for many years, but like still looking really good after so many volumes. And the Spanish National Atlas with its interactivity, and I can't wait to go play with it more. And then the printed volume of the COVID, which I've been looking at in my hotel room. So thank you. And then, you know, I'm hearing about Kenya's forthcoming 6th edition atlas. I'm sure you've taken ideas away from here to implement. And then, of course, the Hungarian atlas that won the award in Florence. Just so awesome to see basically all these different, how could I forget the Ukrainian national atlas, of course, being one of the more, talk about an atlas that probably has more power right now than any other, like, you know, for galvanizing and uniting of people under duress, what an important situation. So it's been awesome to see how different nations have approached mapping themselves with different tools, but all come to the same ends, right? Wonderful representations, great map design, interactive, and the tools don't matter. It's the concepts and the implementation and a lot of the passion that goes into it. So you guys are ready to go. I'm sure you want to eat and stuff. I just want to say that it's been a great honor to be part of the National Geographic Institute's storied history at the 150th or 152nd, I'm losing track, anniversary. So thank you. Thank you for organizing this. And thank you again to all of my co-chairs of the different commissions, and also special thanks to you for, I know that you did a ton of work to make this happen. And thank you to all of you for coming. I hope we can keep the discussions going, stay connected, and let's keep bridging these silos in cartography. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's move to the local organizing committee. Let me please tell you that over 100 people have attended the conference, in total 106. So for those of you who have attended face-to-face, who are the vast majority, I hope that you have enjoyed a few days in Madrid, that you have liked the city, that we have welcomed you well at the National Geographic Institute of Spain, and that this scientific conference has been profitable and fruitful. We hope to meet you soon again back in Spain, and I really do apologize because you had the worst week in terms of weather in decades. We were definitely not expecting this in April in Madrid. And now for those of you who have connected online, I know most of you have been able to connect successfully and everything has worked well with you. However, I'm also aware of the difficulties that some of you have had listening to the discussion, for instance. May I apologize on that? I will say again why this is the situation. So the microphone that should have been handed to the people does not capture the voice properly with our masks on. And of course, we may not take off our masks if we're going to have the microphone very close to our mouth and nose. So these are the consequences of COVID. I'm terribly sorry for that. We will try to improve that for next time. And so I would like to thank all participants and especially all presenters for all the great participation and dedication you've had. Je tiens également à remercier l'Association cartographique internationale pour son implication dans l'organisation de cet événement. Et je tiens tout particulièrement à remercier le comité exécutif pour tous ses membres venus en personne à Madrid pour la réunion que nous avons eue mardi dernier et pour être aussi restés tout ce jour de conférence au Kongress. Alors, merci beaucoup. Natürlich möchte ich auch den 3 Kommissionen, die diese gemeinsame Sitzung organisiert haben, das heißt der Atlas, der geografische Namen und der kartografisches Design Kommission für ihre Mühe, für ihre harte Arbeit, für ihre große Hilfe, für ihre wichtige Beteiligung und für das erfolgreiche Ergebnis danken. Es war mir eine Ehre und ein Vergnügen, in den letzten Monaten mit Ihnen bei der Organisation dieses Treffens zusammenzuarbeiten. Also vielen Dank, René, Erik, Peter und Ian. Quiero agradecer también al Centro Geográfico del Ejército de Tierra y a la Biblioteca Nacional de España su disposición y su colaboración en las visitas guiadas que se han llevado a cabo como actividades anejas al Congreso. Hemos podido observar auténticas joyas cartográficas de 2 instituciones españolas de enorme importancia y prestigio. Muchas gracias a ambas instituciones. I would also like to thank the National Geographic Institute of Spain and the Spanish Society for Cartography, Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing for their enormous engagement at the highest level in organizing this conference and its side events. Thank you very much indeed to both institutions. A very special thank you goes also to all members of the National Atlas of Spain team who have been so involved in organizing this event and who, as always, have gone well above and beyond what is required and expected. You are a great team and I'm very proud to work with you. This conference would have never been possible without you. So many warm thanks to all of you. And the most sincere and heartfelt thanks are for Pilar Sánchez-Ortiz, and I will say it slowly. Whilst she was still Vice President of the International Cartographic Association, she devised this conference on the occasion of the 150th anniversary of the National Geographic Institute of Spain being founded. She invited the ICA commissions to come to Madrid in the year 2020, and in spite of the huge difficulties that we've had to face due to the pandemic, she has never ceased in her efforts to organize this conference. And at all times, she has been the driving force behind this event. Pilar has dedicated almost 30 years of her life to the ICA, from the National Geographic Institute of Spain and from the Spanish Society for Cartography, Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing. Her dedication, enthusiasm, effort and results have been just outstanding. According to Pilar herself, this conference is the last ICA event she will attend before retiring. And therefore, the current ICA Executive Committee would like to show our enormous gratitude to her for the services rendered. The National Geographic Institute of Spain, through its Director General, and the Spanish Society for Cartography, Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing, through its President, have wished to join in this tribute that the NTA wishes to pay to Pilar. So thank you very much indeed, Pilar. You deserve a big round of applause from all of us.
Thank you so much. I don't have, I don't know. Maybe I know Andrés. I know that he loved me more because I love him more, and I saw him for the future of the ICA, IGA, and Spanish Society. And she says something true. A long time to walk, because this is my passion. The map is my passion, the atlas is my passion, and the National Geographic specifically is my passion. And next week I received a call to stay here in yes, a long time ago in one institution that I can say enough. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. The IGN, the Spanish Society, the National Atlas of Spain is only can say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. En español, gracias.
Yes.
And so now the Director General of the National Geographic Institute of Spain IGNSpain will close the ceremony. So please, Lorenzo and Asensio.
Thank you. Okay, only very short words, only in English. First of all, congratulations. Congratulations to ICA for such an excellent congress. Thank you for choosing IGNSpain for activity. I hope I'll see future events here, the ICA. And nothing more sorry by the weather, but enjoy Madrid. Thank you very much. Adios.